Welcome to The American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. The American Dream is a show we founded based upon real estate, lifestyle, culture, and neighborhoods, showing why this country is great, going all across the country. And today, we're going to show you the Southeast, some great areas and great lifestyles. Let's start the show right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it.
Welcome back to the American Dream. And today's topic, retire with real estate. Why do I call it retire with real estate? Because my client owns the majority of this complex. He's barely even 30. So what does he do now? Nothing but collect mailbox money. Because what he did, he acquired one by one by one by one. If you acquire a FHA loan or you get approved for a FHA loan, you can get up to 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we call a quad. You can live in 1 unit and let the other 3 units pay your rent. If a quad is too much for you, you can get with a duplex. You can live in 1 unit and let the other unit pay your rent. So if you don't own a home, I would strongly recommend you look at a multifamily and let the other units pay your rent. For example, that old truck down there, his name is Matthew. So he acquired this unit maybe 200 or something. Now these units are worth close to $500,000. So not only does he doesn't have any bills, but now he's let other people almost pay the building off, and he almost has $500K in equity. Now, these type of properties, they never really hit the market. Each one was acquired off market. So we have strategies in place to reach out to homeowners. You can either live out of state. My client cousin owns this unit. He lives in Texas and he has a property management company. So if you're interested in real estate, please reach out to me. You don't even have to live in Georgia. We can connect you with a property management company. The property management company collects the rent. If they have any issues, they address them. While my client lives a couple time zones away. Any questions, please reach out to me, 770-630-8723, so we can get started on your conversation on how to retire with real estate. Cheers to your American dream.
Well, they say that all housing markets are local. Let's go check out the next local segment.
Hello, American Dream, and welcome to one of my favorite homes here in Fort Lauderdale. Today, I'm excited to show you some history of what made Fort Lauderdale and the New River so popular here, and talk to you about what is so wonderful about this 2014 new construction home by Terry Patterson. The property is just off of Las Olas, but you have almost an acre of land on the New River, which is so hard to come by. We have these beautiful trees, this gorgeous oak tree, which are so special and protected in Fort Lauderdale, along with our banyan trees as well, to welcome you into the residence. Not to mention, we have 5-car garage and a huge driveway if you have a lot of friends coming over. Fort Lauderdale is known for its beautiful waterways and canals. So to be located on the largest waterway, the New River, is extremely special. We have our Winterfest boat parade here every year, and we have a lot of great tourist yachts that come through and just showcase some of the most iconic properties like the Haizanga home that's been here since the 1930s. Truly a special place to be.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
See you.
Great to see you too. Beautiful home.
Thank you.
Every time I'm walking in here, I just see all of the light and all of the space. It's magnificent.
And that view, isn't that spectacular?
Oh my gosh, I can't stop looking outside.
The idea of this design, the very open plan for all the living area, was to capture that anywhere in the house.
It's really cool how you have the nice modern touches of the high ceilings and the open living, and then you've got those little special memories of, you know, the history here in Fort Lauderdale with all the archways.
The old 1930s houses.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love it. This room is so magnificent, and the view.
That's right. The whole house captures this view.
Oh my
Every room in
gosh.
the house. It's spectacular.
So we've got the master suite over here, and then we have 4 more en-suites on the other side, and a guest house?
Correct. So we kept the family part of the house on the one side, the master suite on the other side, and the father guest house is totally separate.
Great idea.
Very private, living on this almost 1 acre piece of land.
Did this location on the river help impact the style of home that you and the seller chose?
I'm going to say yes and no. This is actually the 3rd house I've built for this client on this river. He came to me when selling the 2nd house and said, Terry, I need to downsize. And this was the downsize. So he sold that house and he said, design me something that's a single story, which is the key. He needed a lot that could handle a single story. This is just about an acre lot.
Yeah.
He needed on the water because of he's an avid boater, fisherman, and all of his houses have had spectacular views, and it had to be on the New River because of the action on the New River. There's boats that come by here non-stop. It's a busy river, but a fun river to live on.
Yeah, really neat to sit out here and watch them bring all of the ships down and get them ready for the show.
That's right.
So really
right.
an excellent job, Terry. Thank
That's
you.
right. Only a pleasure. Love this house.
Me too.
American Dream, real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Hope you enjoyed that story. Let's go to the next one.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team of Keller Williams here in beautiful, historic Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We are on Main Street in downtown Murfreesboro, and just a quick story about myself. I grew up in Smyrna, which is the next town to the north, and coming to MTSU for college, I always drove up and down Main Street. It was a little out of the way, but I did it anyway, simply because I love these houses. And the house that's directly behind me, the Critchlow Smythe house, is one in particular that always caught my eye. They used to fly a huge American flag out of the front, stretched a cable all the way across the road, and it was super cool. And I remember thinking, one of these days, I'm gonna live down here. And so about 3 years ago, I got an opportunity to purchase a house down here on East Main, and want to show you that house today, and then also talk about MTSU and tailgating and football and all those things that are going on in the middle of a pandemic. So let's take a walk and we'll take a look at a couple of the really cool houses here on East Main. Let's go. we'll come back to this. But for now, why don't we go in and take a peek around my house. I'll show you why I bought it. Hey everybody, welcome to my home. This is it's 746 East Main, but it's commonly known as the Lively House. And the reason for that is it was built by Mr. Lee Lively, who was a photographer in the early 1900s. And when we first moved in, I was able to actually get a couple of photographs, historic photographs. So this is Mr. Lively. He'd been frog gigging, obviously. This is the foyer that we're standing in right now. And this photograph right here is actually in the National Museum, in the Smithsonian. He innovated some different ways of photography where he could actually shoot large scale photographs. When I looked at this house, it still needed a few things. We came in that side door over here and walked in, and I loved this living room area and the dining room. And then this foyer is really what set me off. But up at the top of the steps is where I have my office, and it's this huge landing. And then directly above our heads is actually this room right here. This was Mr. Lively's photography studio. They've changed a few things about the house since then. I would love for you to come downstairs now. We've got tailgating set up in the front yard. Let's go downstairs and see what's cooking. So this is the Hillbilly Hilton. This has been a fixture at MTSU games for 25 years. It was built by Mr. Danny Fair and Company. So this has been for sale for a little bit, and I finally decided that I needed to preserve this piece of MTSU history. It is a 1978 International school bus that they gutted and turned it into an RV, and now it is the ultimate tailgating vehicle. So let's go take a look. This is our Cedar Glade flag. I haven't told you guys about that yet, but I'm going to. Let's head back downstairs and meet my buddy Skip from Cedar Glade Brews and talk about a new project that's coming our way. All right, we are gonna wrap up this Oktoberfest extravaganza. The sausages are on the grill, and I'm standing here with my buddy Skip Webb. Skip and myself are starting, along with two other partners, Jeremy Weaver and Alicia Fortner. We're actually starting a local brewery here in Murfreesboro, or maybe Smyrna, probably Murfreesboro, called Cedar Glade. And these guys have been doing the homebrew thing for quite a while and are exceptionally talented at it. And so we're actually gonna make it legal and move forward with that. What do you think?
I'm ready. I told Jeremy last weekend, I said I'm ready to brew some beer in big batches.
Yes, big batches.
Big batches of beer.
And of course, Oktoberfest wouldn't be Oktoberfest without the beer.
That's true.
So what do we have on tap today?
So we have our Long Hunter IPA, American IPA with a little twist. We're using some Australian hops in it, so it's kind of across the pond IPA. And then our Stones River Stout, which is a true stout, like a Guinness kind of feel. Got chocolate and coffee and all sorts of things going on in it.
That's awesome. Skip, I'm excited, man. We're gonna have some fun things to do, aren't we?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Catch you next time. Thanks again to American Dream. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams.
Well, hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream. Again, I was your host, Craig Sewing, and the creator of the show. We've had so much fun building this thing. I've traveled all across the country building a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyle, and culture, featuring positive stories of your marketplaces. I've always said this isn't our show, it's yours. We just get to reflect the cool stories back to you. So thank you so much for those stories. Thank you for following our show, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll catch you next time. And of course, cheers to your American Dream.